Hello again. Thanks for coming back to watch some more chess. Gonna get another long time control game in. Maybe with the black pieces here. My opponent didn't want to play me. 2000 level opponent from Georgia said no thank you. So we get an 1847 from the States. We're gonna play a Paulson branch of the Sicilian. Oh, I've played this individual quite a few times. And I've only beat him once. We're gonna go into the Paulson. Is that true? Have I only beat him once? Never remember how to read this. Yeah, that's his record versus me. He's 4, and I've won once. So this could be a bit of a challenge. I'll be interested to go back and see what other games we've played to see where I've gone wrong. So we're in our Taimanov Sicilian, Queen C7, and we usually see Bishop E3, and I'm gonna develop A6 to guard against the square. Knight's coming out to F6. Okay. That's interesting. Bishop to D3. I'm not sure that's main line. It might be. I think I'll just go ahead and develop my knight because I need to get my pieces out. Yeah, let's just develop. And now where am I going to put this bishop? Lots of opportunity for this bishop. B4, attacking the knight. Threatening to double the pawns is one idea. But I think I'm going to hold off and just go ahead and push B5. This knight, this will be a great square for my knight, I think. And when he goes Queen D2, which is very likely, might give me an opportunity to shift my knight around, guarantee the bishop pair. I think that's the move. Keeps the knight out of this square, looking at B6 with the bishop there coordinating. I think that's the prudent move. He goes F4, which is to be expected, I think. F4 guarding against this square. I want to be careful with my bishop here. I can't go here, I don't believe. Well, I can actually now because I would be able to take with check. Sometimes if I go here to C5, there's this knight takes pawn idea attacking the queen. And the bishop is undefended. But I would be able to here take with check. So I think I'm gonna do that. Since the bishop is undefended, and that puts a second attacker on the knight. Um, now he's got a second defender on the knight. Okay. Now I'm tempted to pile up the attack. There's no escape for this bishop at the moment. There's no retreat. So the queen can't join the defense. The pawn can join the defense. Can push c3 to defend the knight. That also took the queen off of this square. So I might have knight to g4 here. I think I do have knight to g4, just winning the dark square bishop for the knight. He can defend, obviously. He'll have the chance to defend, but I'll get the bishop pair. This diagonal will be a monstrous advantage for me if I get this dark square bishop exchanged for this knight. I think that's what I want to do. He can't retreat because that hangs the piece. So he's going to have to give me the dark square bishop and then worry about defending the knight again. Okay, I'll take the dark square bishop. And do I pile up the attack? I don't really, he has this defense. So should I take a second to counter that? No, it just gives up the square for the bishop. Maybe I just take a moment to develop my light square bishop. And then my bishops look very nice. Maybe d6 and e5. Is that an idea? Threatening to win the knight? Because it's now effectively pinned twice. Because if the king moves, it's still pinned to the queen. If the queen moves, it's still pinned to the king. So I have an opportunity. Do I have an opportunity? D6, king, h1, and e5. Takes. I might run into queen f3 with a battery here, looking pretty dangerous. Oh, the queen would be defending it. So this pawn isn't here anymore. So the queen would be eyeing that. Do I have an opportunity for d6 and e5, winning the piece? If I go d6, does he go e5 himself? Then I take, he takes, and I win a pawn. Can win a pawn. I think that's my idea. I think that's my move. And the threat is e5. Spent almost 3 full minutes on that move. I'm down to 9:30. Opponent has 14:15. So we've played through the first dozen moves pretty quickly. Looks like I've taken significantly more time than my opponent, though. So how does he meet this threat? If he pushes e5, I win the pawn. And I think there's still no surprise attacks on the queen. So he does push e5. Now I take, he takes. I can win the pawn by taking with the knight or the queen. If queen takes, knight takes. What about pawn takes, knight takes? What is white's follow-up here? I'm threatening to come to, I'm threatening to come to g4, attacking the queen and threatening mate, the queen and knight combo. So white blocks that on with queen g3 or queen h3, and queen g3. Maybe I just take it, swap queens. Takes. He has to take with the pawn because the knight defends the knight. I think I win the pawn here. I think I don't want to overthink this too much, and I go up the pawn. And now the choice is to take with the queen or the bishop, or the queen or the knight. If I take with the knight, he might have bishop e4, eyeing my rook. If I take with the queen takes, knight takes, he still has that move. Can he defend it though? There's no defense for that pawn. It's not going anywhere. I don't need to take it right now. The only way would be to retreat the knight to defend it, and that exposes the queen. So let's take a second to get our bishop developed first, I think. Because there's no way to defend the pawn. So let's just develop our bishop and take this away from bishop, from white's bishop. So he's fortified his. Now I want to say I want to take with the knight. Knight takes, attacking the bishop. Yeah, let's do that. Well, that is a clever move. Okay. The knight's pinned, kind of, because the queen's undefended, but this knight's pinned to the king. I could just castle to defend the g7 pawn. If I do, am I running into anything over here? Any kind of attacks? I always break the pin this way and unpin his knight. Let's castle. Very much like my position with these bishops and positions like this. So queen, bishops, knight. This is a wonderful attacking position, I think. Um, now I think I will break the pin on the knight, maybe, because he's broken this. And I think the bishop's better placed here. Might be threatening some sort of discover against the queen. So the threat was to take the bishop, queen takes, and then pawn takes. Now he has brought his bishop back. We do very much like my knight on this square. It's eyeing up nice targets. This could be a great target square on e3. I'm down to 4 minutes and 18 seconds. I think opponent's only real threats are to try and line up something on h7, queen over, here, maybe, or here. But I've got a discovered attack on the queen. I don't think I'm going to use it just yet, maybe. I think, because if I just move the knight, he moves the queen with a threat of mate. So perhaps I just weaken my dark squares a little bit, block this threat. Yeah, let's do that. So now his queen move won't have a threat to create, and I will have a double attack from here. I'll be attacking this queen or this pawn as well, and this undefended pawn over here. Positions like this are why I love the Taimanov. Lots of positions where black gets to exercise the bishops to their maximum potential here. Okay, so my knight discovered doesn't win anything on the spot. Move the queen. I move the knight here. He kicks it with the pawn. My only, see, I have options of going knight h3, attacking the bishop. Knight h5 seems silly. I don't see where it's going from there. So knight to b6, a6. This b6, a5, a3. Um, from a6, b6, from b6, it can come back here. There's also this, knight d2, going back here maybe. That's a natural square for the knight. I think I should just get it there. That also gives me the option to push b5 and kick this knight. So we're going to attack the rook. We position our knight here. You maybe get a trade off of the light square bishops, or light square bishop for knight, and go with the bishop pair versus two knights. From here, the knight will be attacking, and the queen will be combining the attack. So he'll still have two defenders, though. Um, so the bishop trade isn't exactly forced. The immediate threat's the rook, though. So he's got to do something about the rook. And I'm not forced to move unless he brings the rook here. But from here, I'm also looking at g5, attacking the queen. Maybe I can deflect the queen off of the defense here. Knight here, queen. Queen probably just comes down here to attack the knight. That doesn't look extremely productive. I've got 2 minutes and 24 seconds. Opponent has 10 minutes and 40 seconds. Yikes. Okay, so I'm going to attack the knight again, or I'm going to attack the rook again. Maybe I am. I'm not going to spend too much time. I need to conserve my time. So it's bishops versus knights. Okay. 2 minutes. I gotta start thinking on my feet a little bit. All right, let's repin this knight. Okay. He's going to win the bishop. All right. So can I intermezzo? I'll try intermezzo there. I'm going to pawn of my own. Deflect your queen or rook. Probably rook, because the queen will stay on this. Pawn takes knight, queen takes pawn check. King g7. No more checks. He's going to go up a pawn. He is going to win 2 pawns here. And I'm going to get 1, but... Oof. I don't think it's crushing. My bishop is better than his knight. Right now, I'm got a threat here. I think he probably trades. In fact, I'll pre-move the trade in case he does, just to get a little surprise value there. 2 minutes left. So he doesn't trade. No trade. No trade. He wants to win my queen. So how about we just stack rooks? Maybe bring a rook to the 7th, defend the square, and threaten to bring our other rook over. Seems like the most reasonable response. Still no checks. Stack rooks. Might even get to stack the queen here. This pawn's undefended. Knight here attacking the bishop, defending the pawn. It's a good place for the knight. But he's going to stack rooks. I'm not going to overthink it too much. Got this square now, which is a devastating threat. Comes back here. I take the rook. Defend it with the queen. It's the only defense, I think. Queen here. Attack the rook. Now he does have rook here. Suppose I can, no, I can't even block it there. I'd have to retreat. But I still have rook takes, and the king defends the rook, so not all lost. He just has this move driving my queen out. Oh, he's going to attack the bishop. Minute 20. I'm gonna bring my queen back to pin this pawn. I don't think he really wants to trade that. So well, there is checks now. There's this check. Oh no! There's this check. That's the game ender. Check. Picks up the bishop. Oh, he missed it. Okay, I think that was game ending. I think that just dropped a piece. But all right. Let's bring our bishop back to attack the knight. Oh, sometimes when you blunder, your opponent misses it. He has lots of protection on this, though. He's gonna, okay, he wants to trade. Does he want to trade? I don't think he really. Trade doesn't do much. I didn't see that blunder. Did not see that blunder at all. Good game, friend. Well-deserved win. And well-deserved record against me if you play like that all the time. He has dropped quite a bit. I have played this individual 6 times now and won 1 game. Well, I have a nemesis. I have an arch enemy foe that I will study. I'm gonna start looking at his games. This is the one I won. I think. Don't remember this one. Don't. E3 Sicilian. Okay, yeah, all right. Well, let me do a quick analysis on this one. Ah, that time pressure at the end, when I just don't have the time to calculate. It was up and down. White had an edge. I blundered. I was definitely better a long period of time. And then I snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. My position was definitely better. Um, calls that a mistake. Likes this move. That was a good move. Knight takes. That's also a mistake. It's calling a 3-point edge for white here. Taking is the best. That's a mistake, developing the bishop. I didn't see the point in just taking the pawn back, though, because it's gonna be... So just queen takes. Just queen takes. Get some material off the board. Maybe it would have been... I don't know. So I have a 3-point edge here. I'm playing very well. That was the best move. That's an error. Inaccuracy. I lose a little bit of juice here. Well, maybe I should just come back. Calls that excellent. Wants me to come back here, reposition my knight, eyeing these two. Okay. And I have the bishop pair here. I feel so good about my position. This just seems crushing for black. And it's 2.3 on the eval. 3.3 on the eval now. This was a mistake. It gave some up, down to 1.8. This was a mistake. Yeah, I mean, this battery looks wonderful. This knight is adequately defended. So pinning it, just limiting its mobility, I think, it's not necessary. I need to maintain my attack. So what's a better idea? Maybe I just develop my rook, get my rook into the game. Inaccurate. The rook all the way over here, eyeing up this sacrifice. Okay. I should have seen the sacrifice. This is a mistake. The sack was a mistake. Defend or attack the bishop is best. And this was a miss. This was a miss. And I'm in time, like under 2 minutes here. I didn't take time to think. So what's the best move here? What should I have done? Because if I take with the pawn, he takes with the queen with check. I move the king. He picks up my bishop. He's got 2 pawns. Seems like a win for white in that exchange. Oh, what if I pin the knight? This pawn is already pinned. The bishop pins the pawn. So I have the opportunity to pin the knight here against the queen. There are no checks with the knight maneuver. Yeah, that's my tactic I should have seen. It's excellent. Maybe it's best to go here. Yeah. I missed a tactic. Started breathing heavy in time pressure, 2 minutes, which isn't really, I mean, in longer time control games, 2 minutes does feel like a siren going off in my head where I feel like I need to start moving, particularly with the discrepancy in time. Like, the opponent has just under 11 minutes here. He has all the time in the world, and all the pressure is on me because I am under 2 minutes now. So improvement on time management, I think, without this next sequence here where I just kind of blunder everything away. Still, I have an edge. I have a half a pawn edge here, but I start making a lot of bad decisions. That's a miss. It's best to trade, to offer a trade over rooks. That's a blunder. That's my blunder. And white has the whole game here because this is giving up a piece. White didn't see it, but I dropped a piece here. That was a miss and gives the advantage right back to me. I still managed to squander it away. So what is my best move here? What are my ideas with this bishop? Why didn't I? Oh, why? Why did I not see that? Ah, that's heartbreaking. That is clearly my idea that I need to see. But I just panicked and let panic take control. And ended up just blundering away this game. It really is the last three blunders, three moves uh, that just defined the quality of this game. I would imagine without those three moves, um, that my play is above 2000 and I win this game. Um, so lesson, lesson taken, and better about clock management, and come back and enjoy some more chess with me.